Yo guys, welcome back to the final round of the F1 Esports 2023-2024 Championship, round 12 in Abu Dhabi. Sorry guys. And yeah, this is the last race, guys. It's I think we are about 40-ish points in front in the Constructor Championship, so all we gotta do to secure the constructors is, I think, score P9, P10, both cars. I don't exactly remember what we needed, but it was basically almost in the bag. We didn't want to jinx it back then, but we knew it was gonna be very, very hard and a miracle if something went wrong. But yeah, we still wanted to work towards that driver championship for Bari, because Bari is still in contention. As we see there, my first run in Q1 was not very good, so I put that in, but yeah, Bari is 60 points behind, sorry, and Thomas is 13, if I believe, if I remember correctly. So all three of them, including Freddy, fighting for the Java Championship, and that is huge, you know. And this race, last race of the season, you know that this stuff is gonna happen. With strategies, with teammates helping each other, it's gonna be chaotic. We already know. Q1 was pretty smooth, P3, P5 for myself and Barry, easily through to Q2, as well as the Red Bulls and Thomas himself. No surprises there, to be honest. As we go now into Q2, here I'm about to start my run. Yeah, this is my first banker. We're going to turn 1 with 53 brake bites, downshift to 4th. But unfortunately, I got a little bit too wide into turn 1, and yeah, even though I lifted, tried to lose some time and not let the game invalidate my lap, it's still invalidating my lap, and I had to go out again. But my lap would have been a 0.225, which would have put me around the top 3 positions, so it was not a bad lap whatsoever. So we have to go out again, and the pressure is a lot on myself right now, because I'm the only one that can help Bari. We don't have another team like Red Bull does and RAG do to help them out in case. So I'm Bari's only chance at this point, and I have to get into the top 10 and be close to him. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do. Is Sector 1.104, very, very competitive Sector 1, especially for Q2. So I'm already a 10th up on a 0.22, which would be top 3. So already the lap is more than enough. I just need to bring it home and not make mistakes, stupid mistakes, or invalidate stuff like that. But yeah, oh my god, what a championship this has been, to be honest. I was so happy to get into this last qualifying session, because we were getting very, very tired. It's been a very long year. But yeah, still need to keep my mind focused, as now we're 190 up, almost 210s up on the lap, so we're actually on a banger, like an absolute banger. But we are 260 up, but we decided to take it very chill in the castle section, oh my god, in the hotel section, and we lose about 70 there. But just make sure that we bring the lap home, last corner, no need to risk on the outside, and we go P1 with a 0.04, very good lap for Q2 indeed. And if I remember, yeah, Bari is P2, so we're P1, P2 in Q2, and Josh and Freddy P3, P4, so the Red Bulls definitely up there, definitely fast. Thomas P6, but we know that this is probably his best track of the year, and he will most likely be in contention for pole position in Q3, 100%. Jarno, though, out in Q2, a bit of a surprise, but Mercedes at this point is not really in the constructors fight anymore, so we're not too worried about them anymore. First round in Q3, that was on used tires with a 0.13 on used tires. That was an absolute banger, and we are P5 now, because some people on new tires didn't even beat my lap, so that was a very, very good banker and confident booster. Going into the last round of Q3, which will now stay fully on board and show a full lap. Turn 1, pretty good, 50 up, pretty clean, I have to say. I think we did run quite a bit higher wings than everyone, so maybe the peak lap time was not the fastest, but was definitely the easiest and not the most consistent setup that we found. And that sector 1 is very, very competitive. A 0.7, we're now 120 up on the 1.3, so we're already on for the 9, and we've got a bunch of time to make up in sector 3, because with the new tires you're gonna gain so much time. chicane was not the best, to be honest. We kind of match our delta with the new tires and later on in the session, so yeah, but I will still take it. It was still a decent chicane. The 0-5 split, we're on for a very nice mid to high 7 here, given that we do a good last sector. So everything's to play for here in pole position, because we don't expect pole to be faster than a low 8 or a high 7, so we're on for a very good lap here, and we're now 260 up, 270, 280, 290, 3 tenths up. And if I do a good last corner, maybe I can do a 0.7, but I remember I took it very cautious because I didn't want to risk. Barry goes provisional P1, 8-1. I go provisional P2 with an 8-2, so the gaps are tiny, and Thomas just about takes pole position away from us, which means he does get an extra point. And yeah, look at this. Freddy's P7, Thomas is P1, sorry, and Barry's P2. So like, this is the perfect scenario for the greatest last round of an F1Esports season, basically. This is the grid for today, so make sure to pause it if you want to check it out. But yeah, like, Thomas needs to win, Barry needs to win, and Freddy is P7, so at this moment we believe. So it's all or nothing in this race, and my only purpose here is to help Barry as we decide to start on the soft tires, and I will explain why during the race, why we didn't go with the alternative strategy. And now we just go on board for the lap 1. We need to make sure we just stay together, keep our wings clean, and don't get any warnings. But yeah, let me talk about the strategy a little bit. It's a very complicated decision here because we spent many hours thinking about it as well. There were two options basically. It's a soft medium or a hard medium, and we're either undercutting the field or overcutting the field. Now, remember when I said that Red Bull has 2 teams? That's 4 cars. RG has 2 teams, that's 4 cars. We are only 2 cars, and if you do the maths, if we did the overcut strategy and be at the back of the train but with the newest tires, we would have to go not just past 2 Red Bulls, but 4 Red Bulls, and not having to pass 2 RAG cars, but 4 RAG cars. So if we did an overcut, we would have to pass 8 of these cars, and that would have been way too risky. I mean, all it takes is one bad move, one bad overtake, or aggressive defensing and stuff like that, and your race is over. So what we decided to do was to do the undercut to the soft medium and only have to overtake the Red Bulls, well, twice, like 2 of them, because if you think about it, obviously Josh now is like in the train, causing some gap, creating some gap to Freddy, but Josh will 100% alongside his other teammate Tom Manley pit for a big undercut, like a few laps undercut, just to make sure that they are ahead. And so there's no avoiding them. Like, you cannot, there's no strategy where you avoid having to pass a Red Bull or an RG car. So we will have to pass Josh and Tom Manley right after our pit stop, and that is just unavoidable, and it's still better than having to pass 8 of those cars. So we definitely chose the most safe and the most the strategy that would give us the most chances to help Barry win the Drivers' Championship. So also we're already in a very bad position because, you know, being 16 points behind, you need basically a win or P2, and you need Freddy to almost not score any points at all, which, as you know, Freddy, probably the most consistent driver of the grid, and I think he scored points in every single race this year, so that's just crazy. And for him to not score points when it's last race of the season like this with his teammates helping out is almost impossible. So we need to get the win, and hopefully something happens to Freddy. And we were just hoping that RAG would just kind of work, not with us, but like to work together to block Freddy or to cause Freddy trouble, but and we would just kind of do our own thing, but it just didn't quite happen, I remember. So yeah, anyway, back to the first stint now. Nothing's happening, we're just kind of chilling, saving our tires and not getting any warnings. We're gonna jump on to lap 11 now. As you can see, that Josh and Tom already pitted like 3 laps ago, I think. They pitted like lap 7 or 8, I think I showed it on screen. and you can see them at the back of the field, very far behind. That they're just together on the hard tires, which will make it to the end, but they're going to be very, very, very slow and very, very dog. So yeah, we already know at the back of our head right now that those are going to cause some issues. So we need to make sure that when we catch them, it's at our best moment with the tires and with the ERS. So we cannot catch them with no ERS and just struggle to pass them, because they'll just work together with DRS and kind of create a wall. So end of lap 11 now, towards the last sector, we were deciding if we wanted to go longer and risk getting undercut by all the soft runners, so Thomas, Lucas, etc., or pit a lap earlier and make sure that we keep our positions, which is exactly what we do. I'm gonna pit myself lap 11 because it's probably not the best lap to pit on, but it's the lap that's going to guarantee us to have one car at the front of the train, you know, so that I can maybe manage the tires, manage the pace, and just kind of help Barry in that way. So we will see how far behind we're going to rejoin behind Tom and Josh. Quite a few seconds, if I remember. So yeah, as they are now passing me already, and I still have cold tires, so a good few seconds back, 2.5, 3 seconds behind. Yeah. Okay, so now on my outlap, I'm not going to push again like the last two races. I just need to keep my tires and have Barry come outside of the pits very close to me, so he keeps the DRS, because the undercut here is a good 2.5, 3 seconds, so I don't want that. I don't want to gap Barry, and as you can see here, he's 1.3, and I'm lifting to give him DRS, which was crucial because Lucas right behind him was going to get him if I didn't lift and give him the DRS. So very good team play there once again. It's just awareness. You just need to make sure of these little fine details, because if Lucas passed Barry there, then Lucas would pass me, and then if Lucas is the one catching Josh and Tom have no reason to hold up Lucas. They will just let him go and let him win the race, because that's what's going to guarantee Freddie the championship. So we cannot let Lucas in front of us, as that's exactly what's going to happen if that's the case. And Lucas is trying to pass Barry because he knows that's going to happen, but here I believe he actually gets damaged because he outbrakes himself and hits the back of Barry. So I don't know, Lucas just ruined his whole race there, and I'm not too sure why there was so much risk there taken, but it is what it is. We've now caught the two Red Bulls with Thomas 3 seconds behind us, so we're in a good position-ish. Depends on how we overtake them here. In hindsight, Barry should have been closer to me at this point here and used ERS like 1 or 2 times behind me to overtake Tom, because I have to overtake one of the Red Bulls on this straight, otherwise it's just gonna be we're just gonna get blown up basically in the last sector, and we're gonna lose so much time, sorry, to the other cars. And here I didn't want to overtake because I wanted to help Barry, but that was a mistake on my part. I think I really should have passed Josh here, because now Josh, well, yeah, Josh is going to slow us down, but if I did pass, oh yeah, that's why I didn't pass, okay. If I did pass Josh, why would he care if I'm winning the race? Because I'm not in the championship fight, like, their only focus is Barry, and if I was ahead, I would just pull away and win the race, okay. But I'm still going to win Barry the driver championship, so I decided to stay behind and help Barry out in another way, and thankfully he gets past Tom with a very good descent into the last corner, and now he's right behind me, perfect position to overtake Josh on the straight as he's lifting. You can see he's really not putting the throttle down as we're catching him. Yeah, he's probably going to let us have DRS here, or maybe not, okay. Oh, he's definitely lifting a lot. And with all of this fighting, Thomas caught right up to the train, so yeah, we're gonna have to work on Thomas later on in the race too. And you can see he's using a lot of DRS. Look how much DRS I'm having to use just to pass him, and he doesn't even have DRS, so it's possible that he doesn't even have the correct setup in hand and just using a very high wing setup, low wing setup, sorry, just to cause us a headache. And we finally get past them, but we lost so much time. We're talking probably 4-5 seconds in total, if I had to guess. Yeah, pretty bad, to be honest. And as you can see, look at the train ahead, the people that haven't pit yet. Freddy only now pits on lap 16, so he has 5 lap pressure tires than me, 6 lap or something like that, and 4 or 5 laps fresher than Barry. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to defend from him, as we've now gapped everyone. We've gapped Josh, I believe. Yeah. But Thomas easily gets past Josh and then catches back up because he does have fresher tires, and even one lap fresher tire here is unbelievably strong. So yeah, we got 11 laps to go. Freddy is 7 seconds behind, and he's already P5 because there was such a big gap on the train caused by Josh and Tom on the first stint that Freddy could just go long pit and still be ahead. And he just got let go from his teammates, so he didn't lose any time either. And Thomas is now trying to get past us. I don't know why he's doing this. We're losing so much time to the cars behind catching. But I guess he really wanted that P2 position, so I guess I just didn't want to fight it too hard or cause too much trouble, because in the end, all I need to work on or focus on is Freddy. Between Barry and Thomas, it's a 1v1 if they win the championship, because whoever wins between Barry and Thomas beats the other on the standings. So all I had to focus on was Freddy. It's Alfie that caught us, and yeah, unfortunately, Alfie is right behind us on the driver's standings, and I knew that letting him go would mean that he would overtake me in the driver's standings and cost me quite a bit of prize money. But I really wanted to have Barry here, and because the driver's champion is not something that happens that often, so I'm not gonna fight Alfie too hard. I want to keep my ERS for Freddy, so we're just gonna make him work for it though. Go around the outside, use some ERS, and yeah, he's just gonna keep it there and probably get me on the inside of the entrance to hotel. And now here's where the fun begins. It's Freddy behind. Obviously I didn't want to be dirty and take him out on purpose. That's not how we want to win, or how we want to, what image we want to put out of ourselves, especially for Ferrari. It's just not something that we condone. So I know we didn't have 4 cars to defend with or to work with, and it's pretty funny how Red Bull actually complained that Aston Martin was kind of working with us for Qatar, because Fabrizio held up everyone to help Simon get a good result. But then the next race they just go ahead and blatantly work together with 4 cars, and yeah, quite interesting approach. But anyway, we're still fighting with Freddy here. I don't know why he doesn't defend the inside here, honestly. So I'm just gonna take my chances, go down the inside, use all my ERS, make him use all his ERS as well, and we're gonna have to try going side by side in the hotel. And I'm surprised how this was very, very clean battling. It was hard, fair racing. No one took out anyone. A little bit squeezed there on the outside, but nothing too serious, and I just couldn't keep it around the outside there. And keep in mind, he has 5-6 lap fresher tires in this, so I just couldn't do anything more unless I decided to blatantly take him out, break his front wing. There was nothing I could have done, so it's just now up to Barry to maybe not necessarily fight for the win, but maybe beat Thomas in the drivers. But he got damage in the last lap when everyone got bunched up into the chicane, so he kindly lets us through in the hope that I can maybe keep my position in the driver standings to Alfie, but it just was not enough. Freddy is now P4, which means if he does finish P4, he's gonna guarantee the championship. Alfie got a free win because obviously they just let him go. He is not part of the championship fight, and yeah, this means that Freddy Rasmussen, I tried to go down the inside a little bit here just to cause him, but yeah, Freddy Rasmussen is your 2024 F1Esports champion, with Thomas in P2 and Barry in P3. Yeah, what a ending, what a race. I think for the spectators, for the viewers, it was an amazing race to watch, and a lot of action and controversy maybe. But yeah, we gave it our all. We just didn't want to risk, dirty tactics or anything like that. I just tried to be within the limits, and yeah, we just couldn't get it. Maybe next season we're gonna do less mistakes or less races with no points, less glitches. But now I'm gonna show you guys the standings, as I think also should be Jarno P4, Alfie P5. As you can see, Alfie with that win jumps to P5 and just beats me to it, which is a bit of a shame. But look at the gap to P7 as well. Like this top 6 was very consistent, very many good races, and yeah, I feel sorry for Barry. They just couldn't quite get it. It's a bittersweet feeling because we did win the championship. We are constructor champion by 40 points over Kick, who actually overtook Red Bull in the end. Controversial, or not controversial, but like surprising, because Red Bull was leading pretty much the whole year, and Kick managed to get them right at the end. But yeah, bittersweet feeling because we did win the championship, but we just couldn't quite get Barry's. But yeah, what a season. I have to thank all the team, you know, Barry, Istvan for all the data, the engineers with Shimon and Yona, and all the people behind the scenes, all the dev drivers, Tiziana, Giorgio. If I'm forgetting someone, I'm sorry, just too many names on my head, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for this amazing season. I can't wait to go for our next year together, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao, guys.